Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy D Money, and today I wanted to bring you guys a video on my ranking of all the summonable characters from the 2024 Legends Festival. I'm hoping this will provide some insight and people who, I don't know, still have some CC left over and want to hop into a new banner. And I was just going to kind of provide my input on, depending on where these characters rank, my influence where you decide to put your chrono crystals. Most of these banners in the game right now, these Legends Festival banners, have decent value, but there are some that definitely are better than others. So I was just gonna rank all the characters on each of the banners, and hopefully maybe you guys can take that into consideration when you decide to summon on your extra CC. Without further ado, we're gonna hop right into it. Just to preface, like every other YouTuber says, this is my opinion. Obviously, you might disagree with some of the rankings, but that's fine. You know, it's mostly based off my PvP experience. And I've used every single character except one on this list, but I fought them in PvP quite a bunch, so I still think I have a decent input on where I rank the character. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and we're gonna hop into the first character. Alright, so for the character that I think is the worst that came out during this festival is definitely Videl. I don't really think it's close. She has a lot of abilities that might be good, but they're just all locked behind her being having a girls teammate, and right now the only good girls teammate in the game is pretty much Mai, and Mai is a range type and this Videl is a melee type, so it really just doesn't really correlate. They don't correlate well together, and it leads Videl to just never being used. I don't think since this characters came out I've seen them once in PvP, and the only place you're ever going to see this Videl ever used is pretty much in the raid, which is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I don't really think, to be fair to her, she didn't really have a fair chance. There's already better blues on her team. I don't think anyone thought she was gonna be better than like fusing Super Vegito or even LF Kid Buu. So it was really just a pointless release, especially at her color, since Majin Buu Saga already has LFs for every color, ultras for the yellow. Like, she really didn't have a chance. I think once everybody saw her on the reveals and stuff, they already kind of knew that she wasn't going to be used. But maybe as like a second option if you don't have one of the options. But like, yeah, man, she just didn't really have much of a fighting chance. Like you guys can see, she has a lot of like the cool defining abilities and a lot of units. Like, she has special cover change on unfavorable element factor nullification, but it just doesn't matter. The gist of this Videl is that she was born to be like a third, fourth option on her team. So yeah, and every other unit on this team as at least a second option, if not the first option, so it's just pretty hard for her. But yeah, she's gonna be the last character on the list. Alright, for the second character is gonna be this perfect form Cell that swaps into this final form Frieza. I actually like this character. I used them on my future team. Crazy they're on future, because I wouldn't even, if you looked at this character, I feel like you wouldn't think they'd be on future, but I guess Cell qualifies, so he buffs future. But yeah, I like this unit for like the first few timer counts, but my main problem with this unit and why he ranks so low is just gonna be because once you use, if you even get off their seal, their I forget what is it even called, their the move, like the Master Roshi move, the yeah, Almighty Light Cage. If you can get that off, that's like match changing. But it's almost like once you use that move, there's really no value in this unit. Like, they have cover null every once in a while and the damage isn't horrible, but it's just, there's units in the game that provide so much extra value even after they do their main mechanics. And it feels like with this unit, they're like a one-trick pony that after you get their effect off, if you even get it off, because if you're not getting Almighty Light Cage off, this unit really doesn't serve much of a purpose. Like, they're not doing anything crazy for disrupt. They take a ton of damage, and they're not really like, they're just not that's their whole gimmick. So if you don't get that gimmick off, then their value is even lower. And even with that gimmick, like once you get it off, you really have to hide this unit from the rest of your opponent's characters, because once you once this character dies, then the Almighty Light Cage, whoever was sealed, comes right back. So you end up just trying to hide this unit, and even though it's supposed to be like a 2v3 situation, it's really like a 2.5 v2 situation, because like this unit isn't really they're just not really a full unit. They don't have any disrupt, no endurance, nothing else that really helps you. So I don't know, they're kind of a one-trick pony. They're fun to use in PvP just because like having that 3 to 2 unit advantage in PvP can never be underestimated. Just having one more advantage than your opponent at all times is really useful. But yeah, this character individually just isn't really that good. They're really just like a unit you can add on to your team, but it really turns your strategy into like a gimmick style, which I wouldn't want to bank on. I wouldn't want to bank on this unit, but if you have to use them, they're not terrible by any means. They're definitely usable, and if you got to put them on your future team, that's fine. I think there's just other better options that lead to more consistency and better PvP gameplay. Because also, if you're losing a match, like if you're taking a lot of damage, this character is not going to be doing anything for you, not at all. Because they don't tank well at all. They don't provide any disrupt, and it's just not fun. So, yeah, they're going to be the character that is definitely better than Videl. I forgot to say this during the Videl part, but like Videl's the only character I think is bad. I think the rest of the characters are at least mid to really good. But yeah, this character is definitely usable, definitely good. They're not like a negative tier team, but they don't really add as much value as some of the other options. Alright. I'm probably gonna ruffle some feathers with this one, but yeah. Goku Black is down here. Now, like I said, every character after Videl is definitely good to mid to usable to not a detriment to your team. And I'm not one of these people who's gonna come out here and say that Goku Black is awful. I actually use Goku Black on my main future team. I use him, Vegito, and Mai, and it's actually better than you think. He does have a lot of good things. He has buff cancellation. He can go type neutral, even though it's a little hard to get, but he can go type neutral. He does a lot of damage for a defense type, like a lot. Like he almost could be a melee type with the same stats, and it would really like fit in seamlessly. My only problem with this unit is just that he doesn't tank well enough to warrant being a defense type. It's almost like he's like a fake defense type. And on his team, future or powerful opponent, but I think most people are running him on future. That's like the one thing they're missing is that real tank character, and I think if he was that, then it would bring that team up to the next level. But he's just not. Like if he's taking a combo from VB, he's dying. You have to swap into some either Mai or VB on future or someone else that just can't really tank. So it's like he's a symptom of a problem a team already has, and he doesn't really solve it. And there's people who do things better than he does. If you're attacking on future, you kind of want to use VB, and if not, then maybe this character. But sometimes I find myself even just using Mai just because of her endurance nullification and things she brings to the table. But this character, he's not bad by any means. I know this is like a ranking list, like how good they are, but his animations are really cool. It's literally just he has that main glaring issue, which is just that he just doesn't tank well enough. He doesn't, and it's like bad. Like it's not even like, it's like I feel like he tanks worse than VB in a lot of situations, just because like if there's a red unit, just forget about it. He's getting 2-carded, and I don't even think VB gets 2-carded by like Ultra G4. So yeah, I don't hate this character. I like to use him. Like he's actually fun to use for me. Like if I'm not trying to all out sweat, but I'm still trying to be able to win, like this character, he's not bad. I'm not gonna be, oh, Goku Black is terrible, Goku Black is awful. Like I'm not that guy. I think he has value. He's definitely the best yellow on his team. I just think that he could have been he should have been better, because I think if him and VB were like, he didn't have to be VB level because VB is like one of the best characters in the game, but if he could have at least been like that 6 to 7 range on like a top 10 list, it would have been so much more value for future, just because I think he's supposed to be the one who covers VB on his team, but he can't cover VB well enough if he can't tank. He just can't tank, and then he's not bringing enough offensively to the board besides just raw damage and his like cover change nullification ability, which is underrated. It's really underrated. But yeah, and also it's weird. He doesn't have blast armor in his base form, which is weird. I mean, I understand I understand why, but there's just so many units have it in their base form and their transform state that it feels kind of awkward to not give it to him. And then I think they should have swapped his green card between the transformed and non-transform state, because I like his green card in his base form. He's just not strong enough to really do anything. It's almost like an LF17 type of green card, but he only has it in base, so he doesn't have the stats to really punish. I think if they swapped him, because it's really like the green card in his transform state is so easy to punish if you miss it, so you don't really want to throw it unless you're in a combo, and like at that point it doesn't help as much, because all it does is really give you cover null, and like I forget, does it nullify endurance? I don't think it does. Let me go back and check. Yeah, it doesn't give you cover null or anything. Well, no, it does give you cover null, and it gives you cards, but it's just, I feel like if they swap these, I think it would have gave this guy more value, just because I really like that card, and I think he'd be really cool to punish people because it's just like LS17s. It's just against all forward charging arts like strikes and tackles and tap shots, stuff like that. Not tap shots, like tap attacks. But yeah, I think this character, he's definitely good. He's definitely usable. I don't hate him. I just think he's missing so many things that could really boost him up into that top 10 range that I can't put him any higher above any of the units further on the list. But yeah, this is where I'm putting Goku Black. Sorry for all the Goku Black lovers, but this is where he is. Alright, coming up next on the list, like I just said before in the Goku Black portion, I do commonly find myself putting more value into Mai over Goku Black. On my future team, I have Mai being Zenkai buffed and Goku Black not being Zenkai buffed, simply because I think, I'm gonna be honest, individually I think Goku Black is a better unit to have, but especially in this meta with Beast Gohan, Majin Vegeta, the yellows running around, and just like there's not really a blue unit that's like punishing Mai. She's not that good defensively, but there's no blue unit that's really like destroying her and making her a non-factor right now. So I put more value in this current meta right now over Goku Black. Maybe if we get some crazy purple units, then they would shift. But as of right now, especially with Beast Gohan running around and Majin Vegeta especially, this unit is really good against Majin Vegeta. If you can get his gauge out the way and get priority with the Mai, the fact that she just nullifies endurance, she's like one of the only units in the game that can freely nullify it because people's buff cancellation doesn't trigger on her blast arts and strike arts. It's so useful. I found myself just literally not even charge stepping, just chaining together blast cards with this character and just frying people's teams. And my Mai is only 7 stars, so like some people who have higher star Mai's, like if you went really deep into the Vegito banner, you have like a 14-star Mai, like a 10-star Mai. You really see the amount of damage she can do and how well she can punish certain units in the meta. But yeah, it's really just her offensive capabilities. I do know she has a little bit of disrupt. I forget what it was. I hate searching through these main abilities. It's so damn long. It's like a novel. But she heals. She gives a little bit of support. Like, I just think Mai, in her role, she's more of like a specialist, but what she does as a specialist is really valuable on her team, especially in this meta, and her element is really like the biggest thing for me because it's just yellows are so common right now, like I said with Majin Vegeta and now Beast Gohan. I think if you're running future, you pretty much have to be running Mai just because you gotta have that counter those units out there. Even against units like Vegito and just common endurance units, like if Goku, you rush him and he already has his endurance, like her endurance nullification, it might be like the best thing that she has because it's so useful. I can't understate that. But yeah, putting Mai over Goku Black as the, how many characters do I have 10 characters on this list? I'm really unprepared. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters on the list. So she's ranking 4th out of the 9. So she's number, yeah, I can't do math, chat. You guys are gonna flay me in the comments. Yeah, she's number 6. She's ranked at number 6. There we go. Alright, coming in at number 5, the best 1% sparking in the 2024 Legends Fest is Tamagami 3. Now, I am going to be talking about this guy with Goku in mind just because Tamagami by him 3, whoa, what did I just say? Tamagami by him 3. Tamagami number 3 by himself is just, you might as well not run him, I'm not going to lie. Like, his real value comes from running him with his banner, like, co-mate and Goku because their synergy is just incredible. You can cover this guy with Goku. This guy provides the defense, and if anything's really frying him, like if someone rushes Tamagami, then you can switch into Goku and use the endurance. They really bounce really well off each other. He's really good at taking Vegito Blues combos because he gets that 50% heal twice. So I don't think Vegito's ever really gonna kill your Tamagami 3 if you know how to use him and you're putting him in the right spots. And yeah, his ultimate hits really hard. His blue card's underrated because you can throw it against a character. Like, say someone swaps out of, say, Vegito into Goku Black, you can throw the blue card and force swap out his Goku Black into somebody else. You can keep that like element advantage. You don't really have to worry about it. I think that's really underrated in his kit because you're usually ending a combo with a blue card if you're not going for the kill because they have low HP. So you can really end your combo and either force a unit out if their like element isn't ideal, or you can just throw it and do a lot of damage. But people are gonna swap against his ult too. That's the thing. I mean, not his ult, his special move. So yeah, I think this guy has a lot of really good value right now. He's really tanky. Not as tanky as I would desire. He's definitely not like a Garlic Jr., but I think he makes up for it because he's really good on offense. The fact that he heals every single time he draws a, I believe it's a special move and a strike card is really underrated because when you pop main, you pop the green card, he heals a lot of health if you have like health restoration equipped, so he can really like outlive a lot of people, and you'd be surprised how many like this guy's lived to be special beam cannons for me. Like I think he's lived like ults. Like he's really underrated, especially next to Goku where they kind of cover each other's weaknesses. So yeah, I definitely think he's all the way up here. He definitely has weaknesses. Like if he's just taking raw damage from a yellow, and his nullify unfavorable element factor kind of wears off, then he can be susceptible. He has a little bit more defensive than Goku Black, but he has a lot of healing in his kit, which kind of makes up for it because whatever damage you take, if you play right, then you can kind of get that health back in certain ways. But yeah, that's definitely where I'm ranking Tamagami 3. I think he's a really good unit, and he's gonna be really good on the Daima team, just because around most of these units, like eventually we're gonna get a more Vegeta, we're gonna get more Glorios, Gokus, and everybody else. Like I think he's a really good foundation. I think they designed him that way. I think he has a little bit of an advantage over the rest of the units that release because he's supposed to be a foundational piece on the teams that's moving forward, whereas like maybe like Videl or maybe like Cell and Frieza might have just been like a one-trick pony festival unit. But yeah, I think Tamagami 3 is the best 1% that we got this festival. I don't really think it's close either. Alright, so for the second best LF, I think he's a lot better than Goku Black, maybe second best. But for the number 4 spot on the list, we have Super Saiyan 2 Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This is the unit I was talking about before in the first part that I didn't have. But I fought this guy quite a bit, and I will say before Beast Gohan came out, I hated fighting this character. He is the definition of like when you see people on like Reddit or Twitter with these endless combo memes, he's just that meme. Like he does not stop comboing you. It's really hard to interrupt his combo if you can't increase his cost or just straight up destroy his cards, and he has a shit ton of immunities. And yeah, his damage isn't crazy, but it's just the fact that sometimes on certain teams, if you don't have a purple who can just sit in front of his combo and just basically like make it null and void, he'll literally just combo you until someone is dead. And if you put him in with Vegito Blue on top of that, it's just a bad day on the game. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about him. I guess this is kind of a symptom of me not having him, but I am pretty confident on his spot on the list. I think he's better than Tamagami 3. Like he's an LF. Animations aside, straight PvP value aside, he's like Vegito Blue. He's like 80% of what Vegito Blue is. He has the same kind of effect where he's unaffected by gauges and stuff. So yeah, I just think that on most teams, like if you can put this guy over Vegito Blue, you would. Like I'd even think if you're rocking like Majin Vegeta and you're not trying to build like a Boot Saga bench, you're better off just throwing Majin Vegeta on like Future or something and just running that. Because I think Vegeta Blue has a lot more effects with the Vanish Restore. I'll talk about it because obviously he's on the list, but I'll talk about it when we get to him. But I think that's the reason why this character is kind of down here, just because I think there might be a little bit better options. Like is he even core on Buu Saga? Because I think you're gonna run Gotenks, you're gonna run MV, and then yeah, probably this guy. Unless you're like trying to do some crazy stuff with like Super Vegito. But yeah, definitely a really good character, has a lot of value. I just think that he has a couple of things. Like one of the things that I don't really like about this character that, well, I do like because I don't have him, so when I fight him, it's what I like, is that once he gets hit, like he's not great defensively. If he's not actively comboing, you're not really gonna get a ton of value out of him. And the fact that like buff cancellation stuff like that really hurts him when he's trying to finish a kill. Because if you're trying to get like that one blue card off to finish the character, the buff cancellation, the fact that his damage already isn't that crazy, is gonna hurt. But yeah, he's definitely a really good unit. If you pull him, if you have him, he's definitely really usable, really good. You can get wins with him. Don't worry. I just think there's 3 characters that are significantly better than him. Alright, now for the top 3. These next 2 characters, for the situation that we're in the meta right now, you can kind of interswap them. Which is, I mean, I'll just spoil it because you guys already can picture who's number 1. This guy and Vegito are my 3 and 2 spot. I think in the current meta, especially with Beast Gohan running around, this Goku and Vegito are kind of more on an even playing field. just because this Diamond Goku is able to do a lot of damage really fast, like in one card, before you can kind of stop his combo. And especially with Vegeta Blue, with him trying to do longer combos, the fact that Beast Gohan is around and that he's upping people's costs, it really hurts units that try to do long combos if you can't just straight up be immune to everything. Which is why this Diamond Goku kind of boosts himself up now that Beast Gohan exists. But like before pre-Beast Gohan, I would definitely put Vegeta over this character confidently. And even on this list right now, despite whatever Beast is doing, I still think Vegeta Blue is just slightly better. But talking about Diamond Goku individually, he's really good. I like him. When I got this guy in Tamagami 3, I was literally playing with him every day. They're really fun to use. I think this Goku's really cool. That blue card, like the way he works just feels perfect. It feels like perfectly designed for what he wants to do, and I feel like his whole kit makes it really easy. You come in with him, you use a card, he gets covered on, so it's hard to interrupt his combo. After you do about 3 cards, which is easy because usually when you swap into him, he has a ton of cards. You get that green card, you draw the green card, they draw a blue card, and then with that blue card, you can usually snipe someone out or at least get a ton of damage in. My only gripe with this unit is that you don't really get to his full capability until you pop 3 green cards, which depending on RNG and how the match is going might be a little hard. But you kind of gotta save green cards for this guy to make him reach his full potential. And once he is at his full potential, he's just doing insane damage. Like it's not even funny. Like you'll see a Beast Gohan in front of you, you'll do a strike into a green, into a blue, and I don't think any Beast Gohan that's like lower stars is living that. Even mine isn't. I find myself when I'm using Beast Gohan really fearing this guy just because once he's built up, if this Goku lands like a singular strike card on you, you're probably just dead, just because if he's already built up and he has a blue card, the fact that he locks in, which is also like huge. Like this character's biggest thing is his lock in. He has endurance situationally, but the biggest thing is that he can lock in and snipe a character out. And the fact that Majin Vegeta and Beast Gohan are like the best 2 characters in the game, and they're yellow, having a red that's running around that can just lock them in and snipe them out. It's not even just like a snipe, like you can do like 75 to 50% of someone's health with that blue card. It does so much damage. So yeah, I really love this Diamond Goku. On top of that, he gains endurance when you rush, and I forget, I don't know if it's him or if it's someone else that cancels buffs, but usually this character will just live anything off of the rush because he cancels buffs. So I mean, he's really good on the Diamond team. I literally wanted him because I'm gonna invest into a Diamond team, and I think this character is like a great building block. It's a 17 for Unireps, but he's like that for Daima. So yeah, I definitely think this character is really cool. I'll just say it now, I think his banner, just based off of like where the characters rank on the list, I think he has the best banner. Just because if you pull him in Tamagami 3, and then I run him in Tamagami 3, and then the green Super Saiyan, I mean not the green base Goku that was free. Those 3 on a strike based team, if you can Zenkai buff this, you can Zenkai this Goku with FSK and the Kakarot Goku, and you could throw like, I don't know, like LL Super Saiyan 3 for the other Goku. That team works phenomenally. It does a ton of damage. The synergy on that team is insane. And yeah, I think you can build a whole team just off of that banner if you pull all 3 of those units. Well, 2, because Diamond Goku is literally free. But yeah, I think this guy's a really good addition. He's not comboing you forever, so he's not like, I don't hate fighting him, but he is really good. I think if you're gonna summon on any banner in the anniversary strictly off value, it will be this banner, just because you can build a whole team off of just those 2 characters. And you can even just throw someone on leader slot, even though Daima isn't fully built. But if you want to invest in a team that you know is getting buffs, I would say definitely summon on a Diamond Goku banner. But yeah, love this guy, really good unit, and yeah, he's number 3 on the list. Alright, number 2 on the list. I don't know if this is controversial or not. I mean, we obviously know who number 1 is, it's Beast. I don't really know if it's controversial. I think before Beast, this guy was the best character in the game, if not second to Majin Vegeta. But yeah, when this character gets going, it's insane. In his base form, he's really good. He's like a light version of the transform state, but it's really usable. He's good because he still keeps the blast armor in his base state, so in that like opening part of the game where you both you just spawn in, you could really be cool. His green card's a stop time. His blast, he does really good damage in base form. Not like conclusive damage where you're gonna get a kill, but really good damage to just get cards and just put your opponent in maybe some rough spots. It's really easy to get a rush with him. He has great card draw speed, and then once he transforms, it's just not even fair. The fact this guy, I've won so many games off of his Vantage Restoration, it's not even funny. Getting 2 vanishes, once when you transform and then once when you pop your main ability when you transform, is really valuable. The fact that he nullifies every single gauge in the game is it's just, you can't, the value in that, especially in these metas where like UG4 is out, Majin Vegeta's out, the occasional weirdo who's still running Ultra Gogeta Blue, like it's so invaluable. Even like even against cover changes, like if you can get type neutral with this guy off a new combo and you have that effect, the damage and just how free you feel playing with this character is really fun to play with, because you don't have to worry about all the crazy mechanics of people just canceling and covering everything in the game. You can combo his great, his damage is really good, his blue card is really good. It's just, I don't know, I think this character is what the game needed. He's super strong, he ignores all the things that make the meta really bad, except for the long combos. When you're getting combo as guy, you hate it because if he has that effect, there's just nothing you can do but take damage. Well, until Beast Gohan came out, because this character's one weakness, which I noted in my if you guys watched my honest thoughts on Legends Festival Part 1, I liked that they left one thing out of his kit. I don't know if they did it on purpose or if they just realized after and took it and ran with it. But he's not immune to cost up. So if you have Beast Gohan or a character that can up your card cost, that's the only way you can stop this guy's combo, which is good in my opinion, because you kind of want to leave things in units that ways you can counter them easier, so you don't end up with like a Majin Vegeta situation where this character is just running the game for like months and months and months with no counter. So yeah, I'm a really big fan of this unit, and that's why I put him at number 2 on the list. If you want to summon on an LF banner and you want the best unit possible, like moving forward and currently, I definitely think Vegito is the way to go. It's really up for grabs with Daima. If you like Daima and you're gonna invest in that team, summon on Daima Goku. But if not, then I think Vegito Blue is also a great choice. He's on a ton of teams. He's gonna be on Saiyan. He's gonna be on Fusion. He's gonna be on Gaiki. Gonna be on Future. Like he's a really good unit to have, and he's really good right now. So yeah, he's number 2 on the list, and I'm not even gonna cut here. We all know who's at number 1. It's Beast Gohan. This guy has made PvP so much more fun for me. Personally, I wasn't having the most fun during part 1, even though I have Vegito, but just the long combo meta was awful. And then once I got Diamond Goku in part 2, it got a little bit better. But when I got this Beast Gohan on my hands, it's just he doesn't feel, I'm not gonna say he's fair. If you're a person that doesn't have like another ultra, like if you don't have Majin Vegeta or someone to counter him, he definitely feels unfair. But up against all the rest of the mechanics in the game versus what I was dealing with before, I don't hate this Beast Gohan at all. His special beam cannon can be definitely cheesy. It's hard to counter, like really hard, but it is counterable. It's just really situational for your opponent if he's gonna be able to counter it. He does a ton of damage. He has the gauge, which is annoying. Like if you don't, I will admit that if you don't have another top tier character to fight Beast Gohan, he's gonna feel really unfair. But if you do, then the playing field doesn't feel that crazy. The fact that his counter and that he just deters your opponent from wanting to do so much just by having him on the team, it's insane. Personally, I think he's the best character in the game. I think Majin Vegeta is really annoying in certain spots, but just the amount of things this character has in his toolkit. He has buff cancellation. He deletes all your cards once he goes beneath 50% HP. What else? His ultimate hits like a max. He basically has like he has his rush, he has his ult, and he has his special beam cannon. He has 3 ways that can just one-shot units in the game. It's just insane. Like he's like the most one-man army unit we've ever had, I think, because like you can literally just have this guy as your whole offense, and if your opponent doesn't have a red, then yeah, it's gonna work phenomenally. My only problems with this unit is cover null. I don't even know if not cover null, covered like unfavorable element nullification. I don't think he gets positive like just regular offensive cover null. I keep saying cover null. Element nullification, unless he uses his special beam cannon. So that is one thing. He can get walled by reds. So usually on the team I run with them, I run like turtles with them, so I can like get reds off the field and then go back into Beast Gohan so I can combo again. And he is really defensively frail. After that first 50% disrupt, he is really easy to kill. And if you have a Daima Goku that's built up and you go one strike into a blue card, he's pretty much gonna die. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't hate that about him, because like it's good that they leave weaknesses in characters. That's good for the meta. That's good for the game moving forward. So we don't have FSKs running around or Majitas running around. But yeah, I definitely think Beast Gohan is the best character in the anniversary. I don't really think it's close. Some people will be like, "Oh, Vegito Blue combos forever," blah blah blah. But if you're a Vegito and you fought a Beast Gohan like I have, you'll know how bad that card cost stuff just murders combos. You do 2 cards, and because units aren't, not every unit is built to like have heavy hitting cards just off the rip. You want a combo for a long time, but by the second card, your strike card costs 58, and you're just like, that's half your key, and then you're done. So it's hard out here, man. It is definitely hard. But yeah, I think Beast Gohan is definitely the best character in the in this Legends Festival. I think the groundwork, I think the game is it's at a pretty even spot. Once we get a solid model Vegeta counter, I think the game will really be in like a really even playing field. Future is good, Daima is good, Hybrids is good, Movies is good because of this release. And then yeah, we're probably gonna see more Daima buffs moving into 2025, and maybe some more GT buffs. And yeah, I think the game's in a decent spot right now with this Beast Gohan. I just want to see more characters that probably do more with one card, and then having a combo forever, because I think that's when I have the most fun in the game, is characters like Beast, where there's more ways to snipe characters. I hate this buff cancellation meta, and I think that this is a good step in the right direction. But yeah, let me know if you guys want more top 10 videos. If there's one thing about me, I always love to just sit and talk. So I mean, if there's any topic you want me to speak on, any takes, like I can do a video reacting to your hot takes or something crazy, like Sakashi or something. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, let me know. Let me know if there's any video ideas you guys have. And yeah, D Money out.